Welcome back to Anvil, guys, and today we're back with an interesting discussion video here. Now, yesterday we've got a new picture posted by developers on Discord, the official Discord for the game, and that picture was a small sneak peek of a map of the upcoming big summer feature, the PvP, player versus player battle mode, or whatever you want to call it. We got a bit of a glimpse here. Obviously now it's something still in development, so obviously there's still months away, so it's most likely not the final thing, but there is a lot of questions with this and a lot of potential interesting stuff. So I just wanted to talk about it. Maybe most of you won't have seen this because it wasn't really posted like in an official channel. We just posted on like a main chat channel, and that was quickly like obviously with all the messages it was kind of like maybe hard for people to find it later down the line. But I wanted to make it clear that this was posted as well. So let's have a bit of a chat here about it. Now, the first thing that you can see is looks like a normal one-wave mission, but instead of monsters, you are fighting sort of like the dark versions of your normal characters, or let's say the character, like the upside down versions of your characters, or whatever you want to really call it. It looks like a 5-person team, and then you have your own 5-person team, and you have to do the same thing, basically kill off the enemy team to win the mission. Now, a couple of questions here that come up with this. Is this in real time? Now, I personally don't think this is, because mobile games, essentially, it's really hard or maybe impossible to pull out something like a real-time battle. Knowing Angie's developers' history with this sort of PvP feature, with their Walking Dead games, it most likely seems to be some sort of points missions where you collect points, you rank in the leaderboards, maybe you have different leagues, you promote in the leagues, you get better rewards, blah blah, all that stuff. And I don't really think it's in real time. But there is another interesting question. Is that some sort of an enemy defense team that is in the same league or division as you? So let's say you have an attack team, but then you have a defense team, and then every time somebody fights you, they fight your defense team. So let's say that guy's defense team is like purple L, purple Max, red Joyce, Dustin Orange, and then purple Lucas. Was it Lucas? I don't know. I forgot his name. Dustin, sorry, Dustin, there you go. So is that an enemy defense team that you're fighting? Not in real time, but essentially it's actually a real player's defense team. Like same level, same abilities, you know, all that stuff. Same sort of like position in a way of the characters. Is this something that you can choose, like they say defense team, and then you set up a defense team, and then every time that somebody fights you, you have to like push them back? So let's say now if you kill them, you get points, but if the enemy kills you, you lose points. And then this gives you points as well, because essentially it's your team that fought for you, so you successfully defended the attack. Is that how this is going to work out? Like, this is actually a really interesting, because it's really hard to pull off. You won't really see this as a like a live battle feature, I believe, but it's going to be something like, if it's something like this, that it's possible to actually fight other people's characters in their levels and with their amount of unlock abilities. That might be something interesting, you know. Now, how would these abilities work out? Because we know that Ultra characters have 1 activated ability and 3 reactive abilities. Now, we know even with monsters, every time they charge up their bar, they get to use their special ability. And this can easily be the activated ability. And then their other normal attack is, what is that a mixture of? Like 3 reactives? How do you mix that? Yeah, let's say if you have a reactive that buffs the team, would that automatically be buffed? Now I do see that Joyce has thorns both on this enemy team and on your team as well. So essentially those buffs are going to be working in a way, I guess, in the same way. But I wonder how would things turn out, because monsters, for instance, have a Fury ability which is unique to enemies. So would that some of your characters be able to get Fury ability and be stronger? Would they have specific abilities just for PvP? So would they have a specific a normal attack and activated ability, just 2 abilities, to actually match the mechanics of the enemy team? would your team, well actually it doesn't look like it, but I think your team is still gonna have the same abilities, but for the enemy team it's very interesting because having those 4 abilities, 1 activated and 3 reactive, it makes it really hard to implement because it's sort of like your characters won't have your full potential. So regardless of what level you fight them at, if they cannot have all the abilities working in the battle, then I guess it's a bit of pointless. Yeah, I guess it's a lot better if they actually create specific abilities for PvP. Let's say you have PvP, some bonuses, some extra bonuses to make it better or something, you know. And it's another thing interesting here is, would that be taken into consideration? Let's say if you really have some sort of a defense team, would the gear be playing a big role here? Because let's say you put these 5 characters, they're this level, they have these abilities, but you put these gears to make them even stronger, because I think it should, gear, it should be. And let's say you're a maxed out player with maxed out characters, of course you're gonna move faster toward the ranks because you're gonna end up with fighting easier people. But then in the higher divisions or higher ranks, you're gonna be able to fight people at your level, so it's gonna be harder. And I wonder if it's gonna be a mixture of you get points from attacking and then successfully defending, or is that gonna be just like a random enemies you're gonna fight, really like AI random like bots, like or system generated enemies, like team setups, abilities, whatever. I would really love the idea of having a defense team, and that you actually can set up a defense team and you actually fight someone's defense team. It makes it a lot more realistic when it comes to our PvP, because obviously you cannot really implement a live battle feature, but this sort of defense team situation is a lot more interesting. And I really hope they actually do some sort of unique things with PvP. Like I said, unique abilities is amazing, but something like I don't know, like maybe more dices or something to roll with, maybe different specific dice combination, like an L shape or a T shape. Some have maybe a bit more unique features that are more interesting, just so that people can actually play PvP, not just having good rewards to make it as stimulation, but have some sort of like uniqueness to that as well. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much really what I wanted to talk about. I really want to hear what people think about this though. Maybe it's gonna be quite interesting, maybe it's something that it's gonna maybe require more dedication, and obviously we don't even know if this is gonna be running all the time, or maybe it's gonna be running like once a week every month, because usually in their other games they don't really run these PvP features all the time. They usually have breaks in between. They have like maybe like a season or something, like and then yeah, I mean, a lot of opportunity, but we're still away, we're still a couple of months away. So yeah, let's hear what you guys think about this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll see you guys on my next video.